Good morning, everybody. In this episode, you are going to see us disconnect our power to the barn, to the carriage house, and that's about it. I also wanted to kind of show you how the carriage house, the barn, has been completely emptied out by Kurt. I don't think I actually took a video of it being completely empty, so I'm going to work on that. But I also wanted to mention that our temporary storage solution that we set up in the last episode is holding up really, really well. It has been extremely windy and it hasn't really budged too much. Kurt had to come up with a creative solution of some old concrete that we had laying around in our yard to help steady the legs. But it has snowed and it has been really windy and it hasn't budged at all, so that's good. So yeah, on to another thing that I wanted to point out is you'll notice I have a microphone now and a gimbal. I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 to record this footage, so let me know what you think. It was a Christmas present, so I'm really, really looking forward to filming a lot more using these two together. Look out for all the gimbal footage that's coming at you next. So, the garage. You'll notice there's no more junk here. The only thing that's left is this really old, how many panes of glass is that? 20 pane window. I want to repurpose this. They are hard to come by this size, so I don't just want to throw it away. I want to use it in some other project. I'm not sure in what capacity, but I wanted to save it. So that is why that one is still here. Look, there's a little hornet. Yee. I would turn on the lights in here, but I can't because I'm actually filming this after everything I'm about to show you, where we disconnected the power. But this is the first floor. After we hired 1-800-GOT-JUNK, was the people we called to clean out the second floor, Kurt got another dumpster and he did the rest of the work of cleaning out the first floor here. So you will notice there is not nothing left in the first floor here. Everything has been completely cleaned out and it looks fantastic, really, honestly. Because I mean, there was so much stuff in this barn. It was in the wall cavities. There was just storage stuff everywhere. So when the demo people do come, we are going to see if they will hold on to the large pieces of wood back here for us. Since it's so wide, it would be good to use for furniture projects. None of the wood, again, is anything special. There's no like old chestnut or anything like that, walnut. It's all just kind of cheap hickory and pine types of wood. So nothing too interesting to salvage really from any of this wood that's in here. But so this is the first floor. It is now completely cleaned out thanks to Kurt. And I think I might have a photo that he took of the dumpster that he filled of all the junk from in here. So I just wanted to get a quick video of what the first floor looked like since I only had a video of what the second floor looked like. And then upstairs now. Hopefully you'll be able to see. It's all empty, so no more stuff. Everything is gone. Here's a little trap door that was in the floor that they would use to put the hay down. There's another secondary door that had like a lift that went to it. Yeah, that thing. And it was like a hoist or whatever. And then there used to be a window there, but Kurt took it out so the guys could just toss stuff out from the second floor and not have to go up and down the stairs. It's a whole bunch of squirrel stuff. Surprised there aren't any squirrels in here right now. Here they are, they're just hiding from me. Yeah, all the stuff is gone. big step up. Hopefully they got all the stuff out of this closet. So it used to be like where the squirrels really hung out. They did. It's empty. I can't see. So that's cool. Yep, the whole place is all gone. It's so crickety when I don't have to step all over all kinds of junk. Go down the creepy steps here. Right, one step closer to getting everything cleared out. Good morning, everybody. The first part of this adventure of tearing down our garage is figuring out the power that goes to it, and that brings us into our house. So the power that goes to the garage comes from our home wire. So as you can tell, we have knob and tube wiring. This is an example of the circuit that the garage is on. This is actually our hallway lighting, and it goes from the basement, from this light switch, all the way up and across upstairs to that light. Upstairs to the light there. That you can see here, and then it goes up into the attic and out and across. Well, I'm just gonna stay on the second floor here. To those two wires, and then it goes out to our barn. So we're going to disconnect it from the attic. So the two cables to the top right of that window up there are the power line cables. It's the hot and the neutral, and it comes out from our attic and it goes all the way out and over to our garage. So the demo people had us contact PP&L. They are our power providers, because in normal circumstance there would be a power box, a power meter that came separately to the garage since it's detached. But in our case, the power went out to this garage probably in the 1920s or the 1940s. So PP&L had absolutely nothing to do with installing this power. So PP&L was all like, nah, you guys just need to hire an electrician and have them come out and disconnect it for you. So us being the DIYers that we are going to disconnect it ourselves, because it is an extremely simple process. We just turn the breaker off and we cut the wire. So that's what we are going to work on today, to get the power shut off to our barn, to make it safe for the demo people to come out and tear the barn down. So step one today, cut the power. So the tools we will be working with today are some wire cutters, snippers, electrical tape, and nuts. So that we can, or twist on wire in connectors. And then also this thing so we can test to make sure that we are not cutting any live wires. So really simple project for today. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Going on a little tour through the kitchen here to get to our basement. Nice, dark, scary house built in the 1800s basement. That's been messed up by current owners, being me. So walk through the crazy basement. Other things, the boiler's on. So that just kicked on. Nice hot house. Other things from our home that are crazy and need to be removed are these oil tanks. They're empty. They never get refilled anymore because we have switched to a gas heating system. But anyway, here is our electrical breaker box, our main box. And what's really crazy is that the breaker panel list is kind of outdated, but you know, we use it to the best of its ability. But what's crazy is that the breaker for the whole barn is only 10 amp, and it's that one right there. So all that's being powered out there in our barn, where we use like power tools and everything to work on our various projects, has only been powered by 10 amps. So I'm going to turn that off. Nice and shut off now. I'm going to go check and make sure that the lines are no longer hot, and then I'm going to go cut it up in the attic. All right, I'm going up to the attic with the tools that we talked about. Going all the way to the back here. And just like our basement, our attic is also old. This part of the house was added on in the 1920s, we think. So it's a little bit different. Back in this corner are those wires that go out to the barn. So I'm going to test them. Make sure there's no power going to the old knob and tube. So yesterday when I checked, this one was the live one, and it is not live anymore, and neither is the neutral. So these two are the ones that go out. They have no power going to them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it probably in this wall area here, so we have enough to either make a junction box and cover them, or just kind of tie them up and leave them wrapped around the old knob and tubes, because that's what YouTube said we could do as another option. All right, so here are the two wires. This one was the live one earlier, and I am cutting it. So that's cut there. This is cut here. So no more power to the garage. Simple as that. Now I'm gonna work on wrapping them up with the electrical tape and put the conduit protectors on the end, the wire nuts. All right, so I got the wire nut on one of them, and then I'm going to put the electrical tape on, and then we'll be good. All right, so that's how we're leaving them for now. They're capped and protected, and they are not gonna touch anything. That's it. Into this portion. Next is going out there and taking it off of the barn. All right, now we are assessing if the pole cutter for trees will be able to reach up to the house. I know that it'll reach up to the barn to cut those cables, but Kurt wants to be able to reach up here and separate them, cut them from here. So I don't know, maybe it's long enough, maybe it's not. We'll see, but hopefully it doesn't knock out a whole bunch of other things whenever it does fall, because it's a pretty long distance to fall from the barn all the way back to the house. It's about 80 feet, 70 or 80 feet. So we'll see if Kurt can reach it or not. And by the way, yes, we are in our pajamas doing this. So it's a fun Sunday morning project for us here, where we didn't even figure we needed to get dressed or brush our hair. So anyway, he's checking to see if it'll reach up to the house. But anyway, so he's gonna get on a ladder, and then he's gonna snip right through him, and I'm going to stand under this porch of one of our other sheds for protection. So he's getting the ladder out right now. Here comes the ladder. He said I can't film him, but I'm going to anyway. I'll blur out his face so you won't know that it's him. Easy peasy. All those other ones are just phone line and TV cable. So we don't even use the phone line one. Good job. So now all of the power to the barn has definitely been snipped. So we're gonna pick up the cables from the ground there and clean it up. It's crazy to kind of see how worn they are. There's like cracks and stuff in the coating. Yeah, Kurt is working on cutting it from the barn now. Yeah, we did it. There it is. No longer powering the barn. So it's been cut. I'm gonna go turn the breaker back on, make sure there's no power going to the barn, and then we should be good for demo.
That's one less set of wires in here, so there's more room for a drone maneuvering.
Yeah, getting rid of all the hazards. All right, and there's all the wire. So, the end. No more power line. Oh, there goes the lifeline. Also, you may be wondering, why does your living room look that way? This was actually all removed when we bought the house. And the lady who lived here before us, she collected antiques and she really, really loved the primitive style of decorating. So I think that she removed the ceiling. Well, maybe also because it was cracked and falling, who knows? But I think that she removed the ceiling just so she could see the beams because she liked that primitive look. Like she removed the lath and plaster from this brick wall so that it could be more rustic looking, which it definitely is. We like it too. But eventually we are going to remodel this living room and put in some ceiling. Yeah, so that's why our living room looks this way. And it has for the last 5 years since we moved in. But little by little, we will have housing projects where we renovate our original house here. The stairwell that is here was actually built in the 1920s when they made the kitchen addition. So this is our kitchen that we renovated 2 years ago now. So it looked really, really rough before we renovated it. But 1920s, the kitchen, the bathroom upstairs, and the 2 bedrooms upstairs were added, and they moved the stairwell. So the stairwell used to be over here in the foyer, and it was a really, really tight little stairwell that looks like what the attic stairwell looked like. So you would enter from that side and it just kind of winded right up here. And then upstairs was the hallway into the bedrooms. So in 1920, when they built the addition, they removed the stairs, they put in the floor there, and then they actually built these columns, really nice entryway. And then they moved the stairwell over there and added the stained glass window. So that's kind of some of the history of the house. So this was the original 1850 portion of the house that in the 1920s they renovated and made an addition. Hope you like this episode. I'm using my new Christmas present, my mic and DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera, to film this and any of my future videos. So let me know what you think of the quality improvements. I know just by doing the editing, the sound is a big improvement, so stay tuned.